whenever you get into spaces where you're like, we were talking earlier about like kind of regrouping and getting a new look at things and like, having some moments of self-evaluation and reflection and seeing if like my old dreams are still my current dreams and where have they gotten me and what do I do now, and enjoying kind of the freedom of not knowing or not being sure exactly where I'm at in my journey. What are there practices that you go to help you gain a little bit more clarity there?
Yeah.
Like, could it be something like just spending time with certain people or meditation? Like, are there some practices that you use?
Yeah. For me, I'm not great at like traditional seated meditation. I could benefit from it if I was to sort of force myself to do it, but I prefer physical movement, like training. Surfing for me is an obvious one.
Oh, yeah?
Complete. I've done that since I was 10 years old, and if I spend too long out of the ocean, my whole sort of being starts to suffer in one way or the other. And not just vitamin D, but this sort of, I don't know, that sort of magnetic pull the ocean has to me, but that's my true happy place.
Give myself a little more space and grace and just be like, okay, if you do go for a week or two, go do some things that you also want to enjoy. I do
you
things.
Find it hard to switch off? What do you mean when you have
Yes,
windows?
I do find it hard to switch off, but I also find it like, like take some time and go do these things. And I'm not complaining. I know I can do it. I think it's just like, it's like we were talking about earlier, like having that space in your life.
Yeah.
Letting the uncertain have a little bit more room to walk around,
Yeah. Yeah. The observation, the
Yes.
stepping back. It's like
what will I see if I were to go have some new experiences, like,
Yeah.
and then what will I learn when I'm a little separate? And just being like, that is as much of the value as being sitting here looking under the microscope.
Yeah.
Is standing out of the room and not even being in the laboratory, and
For
just
sure.
like having some of that energy. So I'm not complaining. I know I can do it, but
Yeah.
it's just like, that's some of it probably is a fear.
Yeah.
No,
but it's hard to get off the train of when there's momentum with anything, especially if you've been shocked by the handbraking of when it doesn't work out or things are kind of static and you're sitting there going, shit, if only had that type of energy. And so to sort of willingly, by your choice, step off there's a risk to that, but it is kind of scary because it's like there's a safety net and just carrying on as exhausting and maybe detrimental it could be because you're missing other things. It's like there's a risk involved.